Alright, hello my wonderful peeps. This is solving an absolute value inequality involving less than or equal to, commonly referred to as and we'll explain why. So once again, whenever we have less than or an absolute value that's less than, we have to remember that when we have an inequality, most of the time we're trying to find the distance away from 0. So for example, we're just going to pretend it's 8 here. So if this is 8 here and this is 8 here, of course this would be negative. Distance here would be 8, and distance also here would also be 8. But we're looking for a distance that is less than 8 here. So we're actually looking for something that's in between here. If we had something that was greater than, just like we did in the last problem, it would be searching for something that was greater than the distance away from 0. But since we have less than, we're going to look at the ones that are inside the distance away from 0. Okay, so in order to do that, we're actually going to rewrite this in a nice blue color here. So we have our absolute value of 2x minus 4, which is less than or equal to 8. So in order to do that, we have to rewrite these as, we can do it two ways. You can rewrite it two equations, so you can have 2x minus 4, which is less than or equal to 8, which is our original one we have there. Or you can write it as 2x minus 4 is greater than or equal to negative 8. Or you can actually write it together and put them all together and have it as, that's actually how I'm going to do it here. So instead of having both of these, since we know this one is less than 8, and then this is also greater than negative 8, we can actually write negative 8 is less than or equal to 2x minus 4, which is less than or equal to 8. So we did this side first. We kind of just flipped this here. So this is still pointing here. And we put it all into one equation. That way we only have to solve one thing at a time, even though we're solving both at the same time. So I'm going to put this here so we remember that whatever we do to one side or inequality, we have to do to all three sides, not just two sides like if you had one inequality. So we're going to go and solve this. So we still have to get rid of everything that's bugging our old man, which we call our variable, because the old man likes to be by himself, doesn't want anything bugging him. So we got to get rid of this pesky 4, and we got to get rid of this pesky 2. In order to do that, we got to do the opposite operations, so that we're going to add 4 to both sides, or sorry, all sides. And we're going to have negative 8 plus 4 would be negative 4. It would still be less than or equal to. Our negative 4 plus 4 would go to 0. We're left with our 2x in the middle. And we get a less than or equal to 12 here. Then we're going to divide all sides by 2. And we get our negative 2 is less than or equal to 2 divided by 2 would divide to 1. So it would just be equal to x, or less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to our 6. So if you notice here, we can definitely see that this is a inside equation. So we go ahead and put our two numbers, which would be our less than number, our negative 2, or sorry, our smaller number, which is negative 2, and our bigger number on this side, which is 6. And we see these are both less than or equal to, so they're going to be included. That means we have a closed circle. And we're going to be shading towards the outside. I'm going to do it in different colors so that we can see it. I'll do a lighter blue. And shading this way as well. And this is, oh, made a little bit of a mistake, sorry. Because we're inside, we're actually going to be shading on the inside. If you notice here, we're in between our negative 2 and our 6. So we're actually going to be shading in between our negative 2 and 6.